Hello everybody, welcome to my laboratory. Haha! I am the Mistress Ginger for the evening. And I am here to give you 10 creepy origin stories of fairy tales. A little bit of business before we go on. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Follow us. Trying to keep y'all up to date. And finally we got Nightmare going, so haha! Nightmare! So to start off our list, we're going to start off at number 10. We're going to start off with Puss in Boots. So as we all know, in like the cartoon and the Disney version of Puss in Boots, he loves his little boots, and you got little hottie Antonio Banderas doing his voice. And in the origin story, he wasn't that hot, he wasn't that good looking, but he was a charmer. Apparently he was like a snake charmer, and he was really beguiling, very charming, and he was very quick. Sometimes his charm got him into trouble, sometimes it got his master into trouble, so it really didn't matter. He got into trouble, but at the end of the story, he did end up like charming his way into getting his master like really, really rich and lots of fame and fortune and women and everything like that. So I mean, hey, with the bad comes the good, I guess. So we're gonna go to our next one. Next up on this creepy countdown, it's gonna be Beauty and the Beast. So we all know the Disney Beauty and the Beast. You've got the dancing silverware and the dancing clock and the lights and everything like that, and the love and happiness. Well, in the original, written by Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont. Sorry if I butchered it. I don't speak like French. It does not include singing and dancing silverware. They wasn't all be our guest. No, you were not happy here. And Maurice the father, he is not an eccentric inventor like Disney makes him out. He's actually a bankrupt merchant. Also, the Beast's death is not caused by Gaston. Actually, it is Belle's sisters that caused the Beast to die. Gaston had nothing to do with his death, so I don't know what Disney did. I guess they didn't want the sisters looking like bad guys, I guess. I don't know, Disney, why'd you change that? That's not fair. Give me the original story, man. I don't know. So next up on our list of creepy origins of fairy tales is going to be the Frog Prince. Okay, so the origin of the Frog Prince, or is as better known as the Princess and the Frog, is brought to us by the Brother Grimm, and it is actually like quite contrary to what the modern one is. Like the modern one, you gotta kiss the frog. Well, in the original, you didn't kiss him, you threw him up against a wall, and it broke the spell. Also, there was another version that says that like the princess went to sleep, and the frog crawled up there on the pillow and laid down there beside her and went to sleep and woke up as a prince too. Where is Disney coming up with these adaptations of these stories? I mean, they are the complete opposite of what I know. My mind has been blown on a couple of these, finding out the real stories behind them. Alright guys, so next up on the list at number 7 is Cinderella. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what we waited for. We waited for the dark turn, and here it is. Alright, so in the original story of Cinderella, the glass slipper was actually not a glass slipper. It was actually like a squirrel fur slipper. Squirrel fur slipper. Say that 5 times fast. See if you don't get stuck. But the prince was almost tricked by the stepsisters. So the prince is going around trying to find the person that fits the shoe, right? And what do the sisters do? They go in there and start cutting off parts of their feet in order to put their feet inside of the slipper. So they got their foot inside the slipper, and then heavenly doves come down and reveal to the prince the blood. Like they end up pecking a hole in the slipper, and the blood comes out, and he realizes that they were actually bleeding. It's a little bit darker. And then there's also other versions of that story that go along with the heavenly doves, that after they figure out that they were tricking him, that they were tricking the prince, Then the doves went and pecked the sister's eyeballs out, just to show that, like, evil meets its demise, pretty much. Shows you not to be evil, huh? Get your eyeballs pecked out by the heavenly doves. So next up on the trip to ruin your childhood, we have the story of Hansel and Gretel. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this story has been sanitized, like, completely. The original is very bloody, very gory, and it doesn't include details like Hansel taking a bone of a previous victim to the witch, or saying it was Gretel that actually pushed the witch into the oven, and then it doesn't have any of the details of how bad it was to actually escape the house. Like, apparently it was really bad to try and escape the house. So they cleaned it up really well. Cleaned it up really well. So next up on this trip, at number 5, is gonna be The Little Mermaid. Alright guys, so I told you we were going dark. This one takes a turn for the dark. So in the Disney version, like, she trades her voice, right? In the actual version, she gets her tongue ripped out. In Disney, she's able to walk around freely and it doesn't hurt. In the original, not so much. Plus, her feet hurt and they bleed. Also, in the original, like, she doesn't get the prince. What weird irony is that? Like, the prince ends up falls in love and getting married to somebody else. So she decides she's gonna go and kill him. Sneaks into the castle, standing over him with a knife, and as she is looking down upon him, she decides, I think I love him too much. And returns back to the ocean and turns into sea foam. Disney, where did you get your info from? What kind of crack was you smoking? I don't think I want any of it. If that's what it turns creepy stuff into, then no, I don't want none of it. So, next up, guys, it's gonna be the story of Rapunzel. So, story of Rapunzel, we all know the Disney Rapunzel, let go down your golden hair. She lets down her hair and he helps her escape from the castle, right? Yeah, well, Disney sanitized that one, let me tell you guys right now. So, this tale originally comes from Germany, and it's been retold like hundreds of times over the years. In the original, like, the couple had to endure several trials, and it was actually really hard on them. They were only reunited after Rapunzel got cast out of the castle by the witch, who was pretty mad, and Rapunzel was pregnant. Also, while she's being cast out, you got the prince escaping the castle, and he falls. Well, whenever he falls, he ends up falling into, like, a bunch of brambles or thickets or thorn bushes, whatever you want to call them. I call them thorn bushes. Wherever you're from, you might call them brambles or sticker bushes, whatever you want to call them. Anyways, he falls into a bush of them and gets blinded from falling. But they get reunited. And then there's other stories that have Rapunzel just pretty much cast out into the wilderness and the prince doesn't come back for her. I guess it was kind of told to scare little girls into, like, no premarital sex. You get abandoned in the woods, pregnant, raise a baby on your own. Maybe that's where Tarzan came from. Alright guys, we've hit the top 3. Number 3, Little Red Riding Hood. Alright, so out of all of my research and everything like that, this one right here, Little Red Riding Hood, it has been retold so many times that it is really hard to come up with where the origin it is. Most use the wolf as the example of not to talk to strangers. There's one where where Little Red Riding Hood has planned out wolf eating the grandmother, so that way Little Red Riding Hood could inherit the grandmother's property. There's one version that says that the wolf and the grandmother are actually the same person. And then there's an even darker one. And the even darkest one goes into bestiality, guys. Like, apparently, in order to save the grandmother, Little Red has to do nasty things with the wolf. Welcome to your childhood ruin. That Little Red Riding Hood is absolutely ruined to me. The only thing I'm gonna think of is, like, porn. That's all it is. Just porn. She's gonna fuck him in the end. That's how she saves everybody. Alright, guys, so the next one is Sleeping Beauty. Alright, guys, so many tellings of Sleeping Beauty are pretty much the same. She falls asleep under the spell and everything like that. The only difference is there's details that differ about, like, what happened to her while she was asleep and about what happened to her after she woke up. So, one of them is that the prince that wakes her up, his mother is actually an ogress that has an addiction to eating newborn babies. She likes them young and in her belly, and not in the I'm gonna give birth to you, in the I just ate you way. So, like, Sleeping Beauty finds out, or Princess Aurora, as her name is supposed to be, she finds out and, like, escapes, and she's got, like, the king helping her and one of the peasants. There's even a darker version that goes to say that the prince sexually assaults Sleeping Beauty while she is asleep and leaves her. He's gone. And she wakes up in the middle of childbirth. That is not how I want to wake up. I would not want to go to sleep and wake up giving birth to babies. That's, I know, 9 months of my life gone. No, I said no to that one. No, no, not happening. Alright, guys, so here it is. We finally reached number 1. If you've stuck around this long, obviously you like my pretty face. So let's go ahead and do number 1, Snow White. Alright, guys, so we have reached the pinnacle. We have reached number 1 with it being Snow White. Many of us know the Disney version and everything like that. No. There are much darker versions to this. Some of them have implications of necrophilia, like, who is it? The prince is the necrophilia by the prince. So apparently the prince likes to have sex with dead bodies. And also, degradation of Snow White by the dwarves. Like, apparently they didn't just, like, let her live there. They enslaved her. She was their personal little, like, sex slave. And there's also others that hint that the reason why she left the kingdom, it wasn't because of the mother being jealous. Oh, no. It's because her daddy decided to get touchy-feelsy. Yeah, daddy had an obsession with his little girl, and not in the I love you, you're my kid type way, in the I'm gonna fuck you type way. Way to go on that one. Disney really cleaned that one up, didn't they, boys and girls? So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That is the top 10 origin stories of fairy tales. I'm telling you, some of them have messed up how I saw these fairy tales. Like, in my head, they're so much nicer. In reality, they're just dark. Although, I mean, what do you expect? Everything's got a dark side to it. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this list. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what you might like my next list to be. I mean, I got origin stories here. I mean, tell us what you want to hear about. Tell us what you want to see on the Nightmare Show next. Yeah, tell us what you want to see. Anyways, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you later, guys. Mistress Ginger out.